radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening, Fade to Black. Bespoke radio for the masses. Yeah. The Central Scrutinizer. Joe's Garage. Frank Zappa. How you doing? Today's Thursday, January 17th, 2019. 17 days into the new year, just 348 days left. And as always, we are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of beautiful, wet and rainy downtown Burbank, California. And I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, the planet. I am your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? All right. It's Thursday night. It's Fadernight. Open lines all night long. Yeah, we're going to pull it off tonight. I've got a lot of explaining to do with these phones and this phone system, but we've colluged it together. The call-in numbers are 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695 or 818-921-6929. All right? All right, let's get things started here this evening. You can head over to jimmychurchradio.com or you can follow us on OnStellar. You can friend us over there, get your OnStellar going. Twitter, @JChurchRadio. You can follow me there. Of course, there's Facebook, YouTube. You can go follow, like, and subscribe right now. Okay? So, there you go. There's that. @JChurchRadio is the Twitter feed. Now, so @JChurchRadio, go follow me on Twitter. Great. Fantastic. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. It's live right in front of me right there. Hashtag F2BQ is Faded Black Questions. It's right over here. We have two chat rooms, one over at Spreaker and one over at KGRA, the planet. And then there's email, Jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. So you're all set up. Everything can go down in real time. We got lots to talk about tonight, and there's nothing like a Thursday night, open lines, and just hanging out with all of you. As you can see, I'm wearing my jacket again, like 3-4 nights this week. Man, it's just cold, wet, and rainy here in Southern California. It has not stopped raining. I'm gonna have to go back. It's so weird now. I'm gonna venture to say we might have had a dry day or dry afternoon, but basically 2 weeks of rain. Yeah, it is. It's unbelievable. And, for us here in the desert, it's a year's worth of rain. We're going to have a nice green summer. Everything is going to grow. And here, too, in the valley, where we're surrounded by mountains, and the mountains, they change. Some years, they're just brown. They just, because we're always in the middle of a drought. But some years, everything just goes brown. And then there's other years where they're covered in green. Right, it's a bizarre thing to go through here, and I've lived here long enough, 35 years. Right, I've been in Southern California, where I've gone through all the fires, I've gone through all the droughts, I've gone through all the rain, the smog. I've done everything here, and you see it, and it's cyclical, and you see these things go through. So now, after this winter, we're going to have green hills. I guarantee it. It grows so fast. I can't believe I'm going off on this kind of segue, but there was a couple of years over the last 35 years where all of the hills were just torched black. And a year later, you're like, man, didn't we have a fire there last year? It's green. And a couple of years later, there's like full-grown trees. I just don't know how it happens, but it does. Anyway, it's raining, it's cold, it's wet here in Burbank. Okay, all right. Now that I got off of that, I don't know how I got there, but got lots of breaking news. Okay, lots of breaking news, so let's get through all of that. North Korea's lead negotiator in the nuclear talks with the United States, his name is Kim Yong-chol, which translates to "I eat as much as my leader," arrived in Washington earlier today, just hours after President Donald Trump rolled out a new missile defense strategy. Chol arrived at Dulles International Airport and was spotted leaving the airport with U.S. Special Representative to North Korea, Steve Biegun, and Pak Chol, a North Korean official who's the chairman of the Korea-Asia-Pacific Peace Committee. And there you go. And, look, am I teasing a little bit too much? Am I, trying to be, Mr. Funny guy, Kim Fatty Fat? But, I'm just going to be straight, man. Most of that country does not eat, right? They just don't eat. But yet, the elite there just get away with it. And it's just really sad. Kim Fatty Fat, how can you be that obese, that fat, and then have kids outside of your window literally digging in the dirt for old grass? Anything. And I'm not kidding when I say that. So there you go. All right. Netflix. Man, I love a good conspiracy. I do. Netflix said today that it added nearly 9 million new paying subscribers during the final 3 months of 2018, beating its own expectations of 7.6 million new subscribers. The new service now has 139 million. It expects to add another 8.9 million subscribers in the quarter that ends next month and a half in March, and the vast majority of which are expected to come from the strong growth in its international sales. Taking over. Hey, that's a cool shot. Look at the 72 Maverick. Is that a 302? Is that a Boss Maverick? Is that that's cool, man. Maverick GT. I like that though. Look at the hood. You see the hood? I think that's a V8, man. Can't really tell though. You got to see it from the back. But that's a great picture. I like Ford Mavericks. I like all those old Fords. All right. Anyway, where am I? Scientist. Now, I mentioned this last night on the air, and I do want to discuss this tonight on the show. Scientists behind the world's largest atom smasher have laid out a nearly $40 billion vision to build a new one that's about 4 times larger under the Swiss-French border in hopes of unlocking even more secrets of our universe. Officials at CERN hope to build the FCC. It's called the Future Circular Collider. That's right. In another tunnel, right? But this one, This circular tunnel is going to be 100 kilometers. It's also still near Geneva. It's going to overlap the old one, by the way. And as it's laid out, I posted pictures of it earlier today up on Twitter. You can go check that out. But the old one, already just opened, man. The LHC, the Large Hadron Collider, is only 27 kilometers. As big as that is, and it's ginormous and complex, the new one, 100 kilometers. Right? And they're hoping to get this thing up, man, by 2040. So it's going to take about 20 years. Fully operational by 2050. Now, also, check out these 5 headlines that are right there. Look, it's on CNN. All right, so don't go, church, CNN. All I am saying is that these 5 headlines are all in a row on CNN's homepage right now. Check these out. Number 1, earliest impact craters on Earth aren't missing. They don't exist. Headline number 2, Saturn's rings haven't always been there. Headline 3, mysterious radio waves detected from space. Headline 4, our galaxy is due for a catastrophic collision. Headline number 5, primitive life is possible on nearby exoplanet. 5 headlines. It looks like I wrote them right there on CNN. What's the message, folks? Think about that. What's the message? It's right there. Front page, headlines. All right, CNN. This Sunday, January 20th, we will be at the Crystal Matrix in Atwater Village, 3215 Glendale Boulevard. The phone number there is 323-644-7625. Call ahead, make your plans. Come and see us because we're going to be hanging out with Carolyn Ford and Einstein, the Crystal Skull. I'm going to take my little Jose. He's already been, charged by Einstein. I'm going to get a recharge on Jose. Man, I can't wait. It's going to be great. So that's going down this Sunday, and we'll see you guys there, all right? And also, right after that, a week later, on Friday, January 25th, I will be at the NAMM show down in Anaheim at the Anaheim Convention Center. I will be tweeting out all day my locations around the convention. It is a great conference, by the way. That is numero uno, and that is where it is happening. So hit me up on Twitter, and let's connect. And I'll see everybody down at the NAMM show next Friday, January 25th. And then right after that comes the 2019 Conscious Life Expo in Los Angeles, California, at the LAX Hilton, February 22nd through the 25th. And this year we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of Chariots of the Gods with Eric Von Daniken. Click on the CLE banner over at jimmychurchradio.com. You'll get your tickets and a full conference schedule. It is all right there. And don't forget, Friday night, I'll be hosting the panel with Eric Von Daniken. You need separate tickets for that. Okay, so go and get your tickets right now, ConsciousLifeExpo.com. And then after that, it's Contact in the Desert, May 31st through June 2nd. Indian Wells, Palm Springs, California at the Renaissance Indian Wells Resort and Spa. Tickets and info, contactinthedesert.com. I will be hosting this year. We've got 3 full days of events that I will be hosting. But Saturday night, I'll be hosting the awards dinner. That's right. So all of you Fadernauts, get over there. Go to Contact in the Desert. There's a very limited amount of tickets available for that. When you have 5,000 people at that conference, I don't know how many. There's probably 1, 2, 3. Is it 3 across, 5 down, 15 tables? I'm guessing 10 per table, 150, maybe 150 tickets, 200 tops. Okay, and don't you want to be there for the awards? And who are we giving the big one to this year? Well, you're going to be there for that. Okay, you've got to go and get your tickets in advance for that. Contactinthedesert.com. And then coming up, July 4th weekend. Man, just what a year we've got planned. Our 2019 Soul Tech Conference, July 4th weekend at the Sunrise Ranch in Loveland, Colorado. You can sign up for tickets right now at soultechgathering.com. Everybody signed up on the waiting list gets first crack at the tickets. It's going to sell out. You've got to go and get registered now. soultechgathering.com. And go and check out the Sunrise Ranch, by the way. It's beautiful, okay? Easy to get to, too, just north of Denver, right? So you fly in, drive in, whatever. Go by Stacy's house. Because Stacy I think Stacy said, and I should give out her Twitter handle right now. She's got plenty of bed space. So if you want to crash at her place, she's got room for about 50, 60 people there, and she's going to feed you for the weekend. So go check out Stacy. I'm just kidding. But rumor has it that she's going to be having a taco night, a fader party. That's one thing. Of course, we're going to be there for that. But the other thing is she is taking the submissions for our Fade to Black cookbook. And I've seen a lot of the recipes come through and the submissions. And thank you, Stacy, for putting all of that together. And I think we're going to have a cook-off. I think we're going to have a cook-off. A cook-off. Is that how he said it in Zoolander? It's a dance-off. A walk-off. That's it. A walk-off. And we're going to do that at Stacy's house. And that will be July 4th weekend. All right. Where am I at? Oh, thank you to everybody that contacted Hoffman's Optics today. Thank you so much for that. Alec Hoffman, Hoffman's Optics. The links are right there, the banners at jimmychurchradio.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. It is just $2 per month, and you can become an official Fadernight today in our membership section over at jimmychurchradio.com. Happy birthday to today. Jim Carrey is 57. Betty White is 97 years young today, and Kid Rock is 48. Now, I can't get out of here without saying happy birthday to James Earl Jones. Today, James Earl Jones, 88 years old. Our dead guy's birthday today is Eartha Kitt. 1927-2008, starred as Catwoman in 1967 during the third and final season of the television series Batman. On this day in history, OTD, it went down right here in Los Angeles, California, the Northridge earthquake. And I could spend the next 3 hours talking about the day that I had. Oh, man. That was just insane. And to think that it's 1994. Wow. And also, but this is the thing. A lot of people don't remember this because it was overshadowed by the Northridge earthquake. But something else significant happened that day, right? Same day, same year, 1994, right? Northridge earthquake. And then a few hours roll by. Paula Jones accuses Bill Clinton of sexual harassment. All of that on this day in history. Fader fact. Saturn, the planet, Saturn's density is low enough that it will float the whole planet in water. And that is your Fader fact. All right, last night at the end of the show, I mentioned a couple of comments, and I'm going to get to it right now. How much data do you create in a day? How much data do you create? And I'm not talking about the data that you're thinking about, like, writing a report or, something like, no, it's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about data that you created, right? It's created by you automatically and you don't know about it. That kind of data. Do you have any idea? You probably don't. So I'm going to help you right now. First, you probably have a cell phone, smartphone like this one. This is an iPhone, by the way. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's a smartphone world, right? Smartphone world. I see if I can get Siri to activate. And if it's an Android, it probably is, but if it's not, it doesn't matter. But we're going to go with Android for now. Remember, Android is Google. So every place that you go, every stop that you make, every start that you do throughout the day is logged. All of it. Everything that you do. And it's sent automatically to Google. And so are your phone calls. So are your texts. So is your Gmail account and what is in it. In fact, there are hundreds of little services running right now on your phone, tracking your every move. Literally. And it's being logged and it's being sent to Google 24/7. You see, the Google search page wasn't enough. So they created Chrome, right? They didn't collect enough data off of the Google search engine. So they created Chrome. And you're probably using it as well. And you're using Google to search with, right? So every keystroke, every click, every move of the mouse, everything that you are doing is logged. All that data is collected by Google. Then your Gmail is scanned. That's right. They scan your Gmail. They're looking for keywords. They're looking for stuff. They're looking for content. They're looking for a way to sell you. Could be tennis shoes, could be tennis rackets, could be chicken soup, could be anything, but they're scanning your email. They want to know everything about you, right? And all of that is logged. So between your phone, your laptop, your browser, YouTube, and Gmail, which Google owns all of it, they own you. From every single aspect of your life, from when you wake up to when you go to bed, and it's still collecting data even then. It's all linked together. The data collection never stops. And you think it might be because you've turned off your laptop and you leave your house and you jump in the car, you're safe, right? No. Google already knows this. They know this. And not only do they know that you've turned off your laptop and they see your cell phone moving and getting in the car, right? Now they know where you're going, and they know where you're going before you do. You start driving, and they know where you're headed, right? As you move about your day, there are about 1,000 different things that they are looking for about you all day long, right? Each one of these data points gets logged into. There's 1,000 of them. Right? And it just expands. That's how much data is collected. Yes, there is a file like what I am describing for every single person in the United States, no matter your age, no matter the age, and soon to be the entire planet. Right now, Google has about half the planet under this control, right? Soon they're going to get us all. Eventually they will. The amount of data collected on a single person each day of the year is staggering. And here's the number. Are you ready for it? You ready? About 600 megabytes per person per day. Now, chew on that for a second. And that data is stored. It ain't going anywhere. Currently, Google runs about 20 million servers, more than anybody else on the planet. By the end of 2020, that number, according to Google, will exceed 100 million. If the data collected each day on every individual from their surfing and cell phones, that's 600 megabytes that I just referred to, and was printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper in 12-point font, and then stacked up, it would go from the earth to the sun and back and forth and back 5 times every single day. You need to think about that. Here's the really frightening part. When you hear someone say that Google knows you better than your parents do, well, that's actually 100% true. It's a fact. Let me give you the scariest example, okay? Say you have a mole on your arm, and it's tripping you out a little bit, right? And you see a commercial on TV, whatever. But you just want to check out some facts on this mole. So you Google moles and skin cancer, and you do a quick search, and you want to do some reading. This is a private thing that you did for a few minutes one day. That's it. And you didn't tell your mom or dad, right? Only you know about the mole, right? And Google, who now knows that you have a medical issue. And this skin cancer search and where you landed and what you read is now shared with whoever will pay for it. Every doctor, hospital, pharmaceutical company in the country now knows, seriously, now knows everybody but your mom. And they also know a little bit about a hobby that you have that you don't tell anybody about, your little quiet time stuff, like YouTube fail videos or your strange fascination with the ultimate hot chocolate recipe. You thought all of this was private stuff, but you shared it with thousands of strangers. It's compiled, it's logged. Everyone knows but your parents. Seriously. My file, what I log in every day would consist of Costco, Kirkland, UFOs, watches, guitars, time travel, Dimebag Darrell, Van Halen, Ford Mustangs, right? Look at my Twitter feed, right? Nothing to see here with me. My file would seem to be worthless to anyone, or so you would think. But I do have an itch right now on my left foot. But you know what? I ain't going to Google it. It's a bad idea. Maybe I should call my mom and tell her about it. It's Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It is Thursday night. It is Fadernight. We want to thank Teresa Llaneras for a brief time here on Fade to Black. She came by. She brightened up the world while she was here, but she's decided to take some time off, and we wish her the very best. And we've decided to get back to what made Fadernight so special, which is you. So moving forward after the break and in the future, I want to take the next 30 minutes out to discuss with you one important subject that you want to get out there. We'll probably kick off the special segment next week because we've installed a new phone system that ain't quite right tonight. But it'll be ready next week. So we've coluged this bougie system together. We'll make it happen. All right? Let's do this. It's Fadernight. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. We'll be right back.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hey folks, guess what the number one phrase that Life Change Tea receives by email? You ready? We love this tea. We love this tea. Time after time, week after week, we love this tea. Life Change Tea gives you more energy, a beautiful cleansing, and fulfills its slogan perfectly. The tea that makes you go. So if you want to be on your health game, log on to getthetea.com and order Life Change Super Strength Tea. Packages come in a 1-month supply, and when you brew this stuff, wait until you see the results. Aren't we all about the results? And with a lot of people's health